covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball, and more. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome everybody here to the second game at Denver Track Field, brought to you by Quitmark. Is going to be for the 2023 14-year-old Babe Ruth Southeast Regionals. It's going to be Marshall County versus Greenville, North Carolina. The starting lineups for Marshall County will be Gavin Bedingfield will be pitching. Jackson Lindsay will be playing left field. Colton Butler will be playing shortstop. Chase Cook will be catching. The extra hitter will be Logan Cole. First base will be Aiden Hickman. Second base, Mac Putman. Right field, Preston Hayward. Third base, Colton Johnson. And center field will be Gabe Leonard. And your starting lineup for your North Carolina Greenville team will be at shortstop, be Philip Dash. Center field, Luke Tidon. Catcher, Aiden Coates. Be pitching Connor Kessler. Left field be Thomas Satterfield. Right field be Noah Cox. First base, Jack Flanagan. Third base be Landon Scott. Your extra hitter will be Hudson Miller. And the second base be Drew Lassett. Michael Miller with Dusty Kaiser here on the call. AJ Good be running the camera. Marks, I'm sorry, Michael Marks. I don't know where I got my other hat.
I'll let it slide. It's been a while since we've done a game.
It has been a while.
We finished up the local Babe Ruth here at the, middle of June, and now we're here end of July. Got the Southeast Regional, and I mean, Dusty, me and you watched the first game. We got some good ball teams here.
We do. Pitching for the Tallahassee team was really well. I mean, they did give up 8 hits, but Lawrence County only scored a 1 run.
Yeah, and no extra base hits.
No extra base hits. Marshall County will be leading us off. The pitcher will be Gavin Bedingfield. And Michael, we don't know a whole lot about these teams. We know that our traveling teams seem to always bring good competition and good players. Marshall County, just crossed the line. They're 2 counties over, so let's see what they got. The first pitch is going to be a swing foul ball out of play.
And Dusty, with us not knowing much about these teams, we don't really know what to expect. But if they made it to the Southeast Regional, they're going to be some good ball teams. So
I think you're right.
I'm excited to see what these teams bring to the table.
There's the 0-1. It's going to be a ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. We've seen some little inconsistency, Michael, in that first game behind the plate. So maybe this guy will be a little different.
Yeah, to say the least, inconsistent. I mean, it was toss up pretty much every pitch, whether
it was
a ball or a strike, and. That has nothing to do with pitchers. I mean, they throw 2 straight pitches and get 2 different calls. So we'll see if we get a little bit of a different outcome in this game to really benefit both teams.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
When it's like that, it really hurts both teams.
Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a ball over his head. He's squatting. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs. First batter of the game. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be ball 3 low. Gavin Bedingfield has worked it into a full count, Michael.
Yeah, this kid's got a good eye. I mean, he hasn't swung at anything too bad and is going up here and seen a lot of pitches in the first at-bat, and that's what you like to see from your leadoff guy.
Here's the full count. That's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3. Good piece of pitching there by Kessler.
Yeah,
be his first strikeout.
Great pitch right there, and had Bedingfield looking a little silly right there. And good start for Greenville getting the first out, being the leadoff batter.
It's going to bring up Jackson Lindsay, be playing left field with Colton Butler on deck. Turned out to be a beautiful evening for baseball here in Lawrence County. We started the morning off with tons of rain.
Yeah, I think we ended up with, a 7.5-hour rain delay pretty much getting
I guess
before
you
the
could
first
say.
game. I mean, we were here pretty much all day, and, sun is down, and we're just on game 2. We were supposed to get 3 in today, but that one, game 3 from today, has been moved to 10:30 or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
That's right. First pitch was a ball high from Kessler. There's the 1-0. That's going to be a strike.
Liking the emotion from this home plate umpire, Dusty. He's really
he's into it. I'm
he's
liking
it.
it.
Hey, you know what? Got to keep the energy up. Just past 8:30. Got to make sure the players are awake.
That's it. Here's the 1-1. It's going to be a strike on the inside part of Blake for strike 2.
Yeah, this kid's really pumping in the zone, too. I mean, I think the umpire calling strikes might give him a little bit of a, I guess, momentum boost.
Yeah, maybe so. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be strike 3 breaking ball.
That pitch was dirty.
Ooh, that was nasty.
That had some break on it and buckled up the Marshall County batter.
Well, that's
2 down.
Kessler's second strikeout of the night. So he'll bring up Colton Butler, shortstop, with Chase Cook on deck with 2 outs. Here's the first pitch. That's going to be
Just inside or outside.
a ball 1. Wow, I thought that was a strike.
Yeah, that looked good from here, but
It did. There's the 1-0. It's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 1.
and, Dusty, this kid pitching's only 14 years old, so he's not going to bring anything too tremendous in the velocity category, but he's really hitting his spots early.
He is. He's not throwing any wild pitches. And he likes that low outside pitch. That's going to be a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs.
And traditionally at this age group, you'll get that call from the home plate umpire, so I don't blame him for trying to hit that spot.
Oh, yeah, he should give it to him. Here's the 2-1. There's that other. That's a break. Wow, I was ringing him up.
Yeah, that was just a hair high. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't hate him if he tried to go inside right here. Kid's kind of backed up off the plate a little bit.
Oh, yeah, he's got the count to do it here with a 3-1. There's a pitch. That is going to be a ball outside and high it's going to be his first walk of the night. That's going to bring up Chase Cook, our catcher, with our extra hitter, Logan Cole, on deck.
And compared to the cleanup batter we saw in the last game, Dusty, this kid didn't hardly.
Nah, he's half the size as the
Yeah.
cleanup batter in the last game
Yeah.
for Tallahassee. Gosh, that kid was huge.
I mean, 14 years old, what do you think? Maybe 6'2"?
Oh, easy 6'2", and he probably was 230,
Yeah, I mean,
235.
that was a monster on first base.
Got a decent lead over there at first. They're going to check him back, and it hits him in the helmet.
And Dusty is another Marshall County batter, pretty much, off the plate.
Yeah, that's a little different than what we've seen the last game, especially in Lawrence County. You know, we talked about that throughout the Babe Ruth season. I know we all have, how they get on the plate and crowd it. And I don't mind it. I'm fine with it.
I mean, listen, you got to get on base somehow, and if that's a hit by pitch, I'm not
And we've seen a lot of a lot of hit batters during Babe Ruth. There's the first pitch. That is going to be low and outside for ball 1. I do notice that the Marshall County receiver, that was Colton Butler on first base, Michael. He is not getting the lead that we've seen in the first game.
Yeah, that first game, both teams were taking huge leads.
It was.
If the Tallahassee team got anybody on first and they had a runner on third, just go ahead and count them up for a steal. And
Yep.
Marshall County didn't even.
It's going to be a ball high. The catcher a little late getting it out of his glove. He's going to get to second base with a steal.
Yeah, that ball slipped in his hand, couldn't get a grip, had to, kind of reach in for it again, and by that time it was already a little bit too late.
So that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes with 2 outs, and now we have a runner in scoring position for Marshall County.
Yeah, both teams last game were really aggressive on the base pass, especially Tallahassee.
There's the pitch, and that's going to be in the dirt. And the catcher's lost it, and he's going to get on to third. Good base running by Colton Butler to move over to third base now with 2 outs.
Yeah, another slight mishap from the Greenville catcher, and just like that, the Marshall County's got the run to bring this score to 1-0 on third base, 90 feet from home.
Here's the pitch. That's going to be ball 4. So he started out with 2 strikeouts, and Evan went walk back to back. So that's going to bring up Logan Cole with Aiden Hickman on deck.
Starting this game, Greenville's pitcher was really hitting his spots, and since then has kind of just, lost a little bit of a touch with that walk to the next 2 batters.
Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner for Chase Cook, our catcher. And it's going to be Octavia Howard. Will be our first base, be on first base. Looks like we're having a meeting of the players. I didn't see a coach come out to the mound.
This is just a players' meeting. So this is Maybe just a little bit of a Bull Durham situation, just going out there talking, just calm the pitcher down.
Probably figuring out, we talked off air about this first, third stuff, just to kind of – it's different, from like I was talking about when especially me and AJ were playing ball. You didn't do that. You just knew that runner on first was going to second, and that was it.
Yeah. And we saw it a ton in Babe Ruth. If you got a guy on first and third, dude at first, he's going to take off.
That's going to be a strike one on the outside part of the plate. Runner didn't advance.
Yeah, he did not. I'm actually surprised he got a pretty good jump.
He did. Here's the 0-1. Not a lead at first base. They're going to check him anyways. He got back safely.
And for a righty, this kid on the mound's got a pretty good – that was pretty quick stuff.
That was a quick move.
Because, that was a close play at first, and the kid's not 5 feet from the bag.
No, he's not got a lead at all. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be strike two right down the middle.
Yeah, and there he is again, Dusty working that lower third of the zone. Seemed to be his favorite spot to attack, and he's getting the calls that he wants now.
And, we got another batter standing in the middle of the plate, or in the middle of the batter's box. Here's the 0-2. Ooh, that's a good breaking ball.
And
it was
Dusty,
outside.
If that kid's crowding the plate, that's a strike three right there.
Oh, for sure it is.
He's just so far off the plate that it's probably thrown the umpire's
it is.
zone off a little bit.
He is way off the plate. Here's the 1-2. It's going to be a swing and a miss for strike three. Well, that's going to do it for the top half of the first inning with Marshall County leaving 2 runners on, no runs. And we'll be back in a minute on the X Sports Network.
This is Jason at Volco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg. For over 90 years, Volco has been a family-owned company. We're proud of our past and excited about our future. We're open to the public for wholesale and retail trade. We carry product lines such as Milwaukee Tools, Lucas Oil, and Malco products. We carry all major brands of lubricants like Shell Rotella, Haviland, Castrol GTX, Mystic, Motorcraft, Valvoline, Kindle, and Mobil. We here at Volco offer a complete line of car detailing supplies, shop supplies, tire repair products, and lawnmower supplies. Check us out online at VolcoAutosupply.com or at 416 Buffalo Road here in Lawrenceburg.
For the best at-home care in Lawrence County, the Summit at Home is the right company for you. We have a friendly staff over 25 that is trained, educated, and qualified to help with all your needs within your household. Our non-medical services include transportation, housework, dressing, and companionship. We are also covered by most long-term care providers. For more information, please call 931-762-2310.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back out to the Denver Trap Field here, bottom of the first inning of our Babe Ruth Southeast Regional 14U tournament, brought to you by the Quick Mart. And leading off here for Greenville is the shortstop number 2, Phillip Dash. Dusty in the top half of the first inning, Marshall County stranded 2 runners.
Yeah, they had them on the corners.
And with Greenville coming up to bat this first time, they definitely want to try to cash in off a little bit of a slow start.
The pitcher be Gavin Bedingfield.
So the first pitch was a ball, the 1-0. Low and outside, strike one. And 2 pitches. Our pitcher's lost his hat 2 times.
I don't understand.
And the 1-1. Inside, it's going to hit him. And leadoff batter for Greenville is on. Yeah, Bedingfield just let that one rip, and it looked like it got away from him a little bit. And, Dusty, the ball may be a little bit slick tonight. We saw the Greenville catcher having a little bit of trouble getting the ball out of his glove, and that hit by pitch right there.
And they're antsy. We're talking about the top of the first, bottom of the first of the Southeast region. So, I know these boys play travel ball, but this is a big game.
Yeah.
It's, especially with that pool play, no bracket, So we're talking about your wins are important.
And these kids, they've probably known they're pitching all day or at least a couple days in advance.
Yep.
And they've had to sit here and wait all day as the games kept getting pushed back and pushed back.
And that's the thing, we talk, on a pitcher, you just get up there and throw it, but you still got your, keep it between your ears.
And the 1-0 here. Pick over to first. Good job scooping up by the first baseman, but Dash will be back safely. So this number 2 batter is the center fielder, Tyndall.
He dropped the ball.
Oh, first baseman having a little bit of a mishap right there.
He got tangled up in his cleats, it looked like, and he just couldn't get there. Wow.
And another thing talked about in the first game, Dusty, we had talking about how slick this infield is. It's pretty much like I'd say more sticky. It's like, I don't like her walking on quicksand. It's mud.
Oh, yeah, it goes back to the ball. There's moisture out there, and it's going to be hard to keep it dry.
That's going to bring up number 16, Aiden Coates. That first pitch in there for a strike.
Good pitch.
And with the first 2 batters on, Marshall County pitching, he's going to need his defense behind him here big time. The 0-1. Good scoop by the catcher.
Yes, great.
That skipped in there. Beautiful play. That pitch was low and outside for ball 1. And the 1-1. Bedingfield's going to pick back towards second. Dash will get back safely. And Dusty, we've seen this pitcher picking off a bunch, looking like he's trying to get these guys off the
he's not scared. He's working quick too.
1-1, swung on and missed. Good pitch right there from Bedingfield, as he now leads this count 1-2. So runners on first and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Bedingfield coming with the 1-2. And that's going to get away from the catcher. Both runners will advance 1 spot. And now 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. And Dusty, looks like Greenville's trying to get on the board early.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do right here early in the game is get your runners across the board if you can.
And the way Marshall County left 2 runners on, that's a momentum killer early in a game. And if Greenville comes in here and puts a couple runs on the board, it's not looking good for Marshall County, as that pitch will be fouled back out of play.
That's
count 2-2.
Being here all day plays a big role in a lot of this. But, when these kids start getting down early in games, you don't know how they bounce back.
2-2. Swung on and missed. Drop third strike. Runner coming home. Throw to first will be in. No, it gets away. Another run's going to come in. And Dusty, just like that, a drop third strike turns into 2 runs for Greenville and a runner on first with nobody out.
That's tough.
And looks like Marshall County's coach is going to come out, have a word with his starting pitcher. And Dusty, he didn't look bad on the mound. Just a couple of unfortunate plays have led to this being a 2-0 game early.
Yeah, I think it's that conversation right here. Hey, settle down. Take a deep breath. Don't get mad. Probably getting on his first baseman. Hey, you got to settle down. That was an out at first base. It ended up being a run, and he should have caught that ball. He was just antsy. He's probably made that catch 100 times.
Yeah, Dusty, it's a 2-0 ball game. We don't have a hit yet.
No, that's what I'm saying, and that's tough.
So coming up to bat will be the cleanup batter, the pitcher Connor Kessler. Kessler had a pretty good inning on the mound, struck out 3, only stranded 2 runners. If you want to start from your guy, you can't ask for anything better than Kessler.
No.
And after as many left, stranded batters as we saw in that first game, I'm glad we're getting some runs on the board early in this game. That pitch will be on the outer third.
Wow.
That's one of those 50-50 pitches, Dusty, and he got the strike call on that one.
He did. That was tough. It's another batter that's really not on the plate. Good pickoff move.
So, Dusty, both of our pitchers, they like to pick off, and they got a good quick first step.
Yeah, Gavin's got a really quick step to first base.
That pitch is going to get by the catcher, another wild pitch, as we will have, I believe that's a pinch runner. Yeah, we do. Number 1, that's Sawyer Welsh over there on second.
Oh, yeah, he come in for the catcher.
Yeah, came in for the catcher, Coates, who reached via drop third strike and an error.
That's a tough spot, too, here with no outs, and you give up 2 runs on no hits.
1-1, it's going to get away from the catcher again, and really a tough first inning here for the Marshall County defense. Pitcher and catcher just
Bedingfield
look like they're in sync.
They're not. And this team right here, if I'm understanding, has got children from Marshall County and Murray County. So I know this kid pitching. I know he's from Murray County, but the kid catching, he may be from Marshall County. They may. That's going to be a foul tip.
Into the catcher's glove for strike 2. 2-2 count here. And if you're Marshall County, you got to get this kid out. I mean, you're
for sure.
You're at the cleanup batter. You haven't gotten anybody out. You got another runner on third. That's going to be a slow chopper to the first baseman. He'll eat it up, tag first as the run will score. So Dusty, Marshall County gets their first out here in the bottom of the first inning. Greenville leads this one 3-0.
Yeah, hey, it's tough right here. This is what you see what you're about right here. It's gut check time, even in the bottom of the first.
And up to bat with the left fielder Thomas. Is that Satterfield?
Satterfield.
That first pitch in for a strike. And that one outside for ball 1. And Dusty, I think our pitcher has a case of the putting the hat on the head, not just sitting it there, not actually putting it on.
Yeah, it's driving me crazy.
1-1. Just off the plate for strike or ball 2.
Ooh, that's tough there, guys.
He's gotten that call this inning, and we have somebody honking.
How do you
drive
too?
by. I guess they want to feel included. As that pitch is inside for ball 3.
They should just come join us.
Yeah, I mean, there's it's free. Get in.
It's free.
You get some good baseball.
Got some food. Got some great baseball.
And 3-1. Swung on, ground ball hit past to the second baseman, fire over to first for the second out. And Dusty, after a couple mishaps from the Marshall County first baseman, looks like he's gotten back into a little bit of a groove, just doing the simple things right.
Yeah, and hey, it's one of those things. You just got to settle down. Don't make those bad errors. Just settle down and play the game like it's supposed to be played.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need to make the easy things hard.
Yes, don't rush nothing. Just play your game.
First pitch, breaking ball just a bit high for ball 1. And, I heard a quote yesterday. I don't remember what I was watching. It may have been something on Twitter. It was I believe it was a Nick Saban quote, actually. It was, don't practice something until you get it right. Practice until you don't get it wrong.
That's it.
And baseball is the same way. So that pitch will be inside ball 2. And that's how it is with sports. I mean, you just you don't practice till you get it right. You practice till you don't get it wrong. I mean, that's what you practice for. It's 2-0. A bit of a check swing. I guess that one was in the dirt. Ball 3. And they're actually going to appeal down to first base and call that a strike. So a little bit of a funky play there, but.
Hey, right now Marshall County needs the ball to fall their way.
Yeah, 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Ugly swing right there from Noah Cox.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't want that one.
He was already committed, and it was too late. And that's tough for a hitter. He's anxious too.
And he's calling for time. Will not get it, and they will give it to him, actually. I didn't think he was going to get it right there.
He better give it because that was a balk.
Mm-hmm. So 2's across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Bettingfield gets it, strike 3, gets out of the inning without any more damage, but Greenville does tack on 3. You're watching Babe Ruth Baseball here on the X Sports Network.
For the best
Tennessee Flight Training. We are training the next generation of pilots. Come and see why Tennessee Flight Training is the best way to learn to fly. Tennessee Flight Training. The skies are calling.
Tired of driving into the city every time you need appliances, furniture, or heck, just about anything? Next time, stay local and come to Swap and Shop Center. We have everything you want, from computers to furniture, major appliances, lawn and garden tools, electronics, you name it. Our #1 goal is to get you the items you need at a price you can afford. We even offer 120 days same as cash financing. We won't be undersold. We specialize in service after the sale. We pick up where everyone else leaves off. Swap and Shop Center, family owned and operated in Lawrenceburg for over 61 years.
Southern Tennessee Orthopedics welcomes orthopedic surgeon Dr. Paul Thomas. Count on Dr. Paul Thomas, podiatrist Dr. James Barksdale, and nurse practitioner Doug Ead at Southern Tennessee Orthopedics to keep your life in motion. Injuries and foot pain can rob you of the activities you enjoy most. So our team is here, close to home, to address the pain and to get you moving again. Southern Tennessee Orthopedics. From the routine to the unforeseen, you can count on us. To learn more, visit southerntennesseemedicalgroup.com or to schedule an appointment, call 931-762-4400.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Denver Trap Field at the top of the second inning with Greenville, North Carolina on a 3-0 run against Marshall County. Aiden Hickman will be our batter with Mac Putman on deck.
First pitch, about hit him right there, Dusty.
It did.
Hey, if they're crowding the plate, get them off. But the one thing we have not seen from Marshall County is them crowding the plate.
No, I mean.
This kid might be the closest we've seen.
Exactly. There's the 1-0. That's going to be a fly ball hit out to center field. It's a mile high, but not real deep. Center fielder's under, makes a catch for 1 out.
Yeah, good play right there by the Greenville center fielder. I mean, that ball was hit further up than it went out. And
oh, yeah.
Good job getting under it. And, we saw the play with the Mets third baseman. That ball was hit, into the infield a mile high, and it, dropped on him. He couldn't make a play. And people don't know how hard it is to make a play like that. I mean, when that ball gets in the air and it's spinning, it can drop anywhere.
Well, and it moves just side to side, too.
Yeah, and this year, especially if you're on the Mets. I mean, if something bad's going to happen, it's going to happen to you.
It's going to bring up Mac Putman with Preston Howard on deck, and that was a swing and a miss for strike one. Got 1 out. It's going to be strike 2 on the inside part of the plate. Kessler is to an 0-2 count here. Marshall County is looking to get something going, Michael, here in the second inning.
Yeah, they stranded runners on the corners in the first inning, Dusty. And after you have something like that happen to you that early in the game, you just want to get some momentum back, whether it's a hit by pitch, a walk, a ground ball, just something to get a guy on and start building up some momentum for your team.
Here's the 1-2. That's going to be strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. So that's going to be 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Preston Hayward with Colton Johnson.
That was some absolute paint right there. I mean, he was hitting his spots early, and he's still doing. I mean, that was
just a great outside pitch.
Just clip the plate, and that's all you need.
Well, in that count, you got to be ready. You got to swing the bat. There's the first pitch, and that's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 1. Marshall County looking to get a hit and get something going here in the top of the second inning. But Kessler for Greenville is just starting to shut them down.
That was a good pitch right there. I mean,
wow.
That sweeper just did not clip the plate. I mean, I would say it was just a bit high and inside, but that pitch looked dirty.
That was real dirty. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's going to be a foul tip.
And, Dusty, you don't win baseball games just by getting hits. We saw with Lawrenceburg earlier today. They had 8 hits, only ended up with 1 run. They stranded, I believe it was 11 or 12 base runners. And you can't win games just getting guys on base. You gotta string those hits together, string those walks together, stuff like that. And that's what Marshall County is trying to do right here.
It's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3. Well, that's going to do it for the top of the second inning. That's going to go with Greenville still leading at 3-0. We'll be back in a minute on X Sports Network.
Story and Lee, the Tennessee Valley's most dynamic furniture store, featuring our Made in America galleries with solid wood dining and bedrooms, leather furniture, mattresses, and so much more. You want it? We've got it. With our 3 acres of showroom and our huge warehouse, we're sure to have exactly what you want. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story and Lee.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old-world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit SouthernCraftMFG.com. At Southern Tennessee Realty in Lawrenceburg, owner and broker Fred Webb is always working with his realtors to ensure they're ready for game day to score you the biggest win for your home or property. From being the best trained to knowing the land or home they're selling, the crew at your local United Country office is ready to give you their all. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, turn to Southern Tennessee Realty today and let them put their years of combined experience to work for you. Because everyone around here knows if Southern Tennessee Realty can find Bigfoot, they can find you a buyer.
And welcome back out, bottom of the second inning here in the Denver Trap Field. Marshall County seems to have hit a little bit of a road spike in the top of the first inning when it comes to offense, as Greenville pitcher Kessler has absolutely shut them down, and they come on to look to extend their 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Batting for Greenville is first baseman Jack Flanagan, is down quickly 1-2. And Dusty, I mean, he didn't give up a hit in the first inning. Bedingfield didn't, but just looks like he really isn't in much of a groove with his catcher, and that can, as that's going to hit the batter. Flanagan will trot down to first as he has led off both innings now with a hit by pitch.
Yeah, I don't know what he's complaining about there. He hit it in the helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bedingfield, he's going to have to find his groove here. He's
going to pick back to first. Flanagan will return safely. It's the third baseman, Landon Scott. He's one of the very few left-handed batters we've seen in this game.
I know.
As that pitch is going to be way off target.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah, just a bit outside as the
famous Bob Bucher would say, from the greatest sports baseball movie of all time.
Not sure if I'm going to agree with you. It's definitely my top 2 or 3, but that pitch will be in there for strike one.
You've hurt mine and AJ's feelings by not saying Major League is your top baseball movie.
It's maybe a bit of a recency bias because I've watched it the most recently. But, man, I love Bull Durham. 1-1. That's going to be Scott a mile high. And it looks like it'll be just foul. Left fielder could not get over there to make a play. One ball, 2 strikes.
Long strike.
Major League's definitely the funniest baseball
Bull
movie
Durham.
of all time.
I don't even know if it's in my top 3.
Really?
Field of Dreams.
That's a good one. 1-2. High and inside for ball 2.
And I'm just going to be honest. I love it, and it's the Sandlot.
Yeah, Sandlot's in there in my top 5 for sure. There's something about that 4th of July scene where Benny hits that home run and you got the fireworks going.
Awesome scene.
2-2. Outside gets away from the catcher. Runner Flanagan will get to third without a throw. And the count is now full.
This is what Marshall County didn't want to happen here, was for Greenville to get these runners in scoring position with no outs.
3-2. And that'll be just high and inside, as that'll be Scott walking after a lengthy at bat. I mean, that was a good battle right there by Scott.
It was.
Runners on the corners, nobody out. That's going to bring up the extra hitter, Hudson Miller. As Bedingfield will fake pick over to first. Not too big of a lead for Greenfield, as they've seen, is that first pitch in for a strike. Bedingfield has a pretty good quick pick. I mean, he's a righty, but he does.
He works fast.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen this from both pitchers so far. I mean, they're definitely not working too terribly slow as the count 0-1. We got a runner taking off for second. Looked like they were trying to execute a little bit of a hit and run, and that's going to be a fair ball. Fire over to first. That gets away from the first baseman. 1 run will score. Runner heading for second. He will get there safely. So we got 2 runners in scoring position as Flanagan scores. I don't know. Was that a wild the throw from the pitcher wild, or was the?
I'm just going to say it. I think the first baseman missed it, Michael.
Yeah,
I think
it looked like he did.
I mean that was not a bad throw.
That whole play just kind of had.
Well, the runner. I don't know if the runner thought it was a foul ball because he hit it off the plate.
Yeah, I mean, because the runner didn't go until, the ball was already in the pitcher's hand, and then this is just a strange play. So that's going to bring up second baseman Drew. How we go?
Lysak.
So we had the coach come up here earlier and tell us how to pronounce it.
And we apologize. We're not doing it on purpose. I promise. Sometimes we do struggle pronouncing last names.
I guess words are just a little hard for us. That count is 2-0 to the Greenville second baseman. And he's going to scow that one to right field. Make the catch. Runner will tag from third. And actually, he's going to – and we got a little bit of a – they'll let him return. So a little bit of a fluky play right there as looked like the runner on third was thinking about tagging. The runner on second was going for it. And
yeah, I thought he was too.
Not sure if he would have beaten the throw, though. So smart play by the Greenville third base coach to hold his runner there.
Right.
Back to the top of the order with Philip Dash. Dash hit by pitches, first at bat. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out as that first pitch from Bedingfield in for a strike. Four 0 lead here for Greenville in the bottom of the second inning. And that's going to be a hard ground ball hit up the middle. It's going to get through the middle. Oh, actually, a good stop by the shortstop, but he will not have time to make a play as everybody advance 1 spot, and Greenville extends their lead to 5-0. It's an RBI hit there for Philip Dash that'll score Miller.
That was a great diving stop right there, That saved that run getting in from third.
Yeah, beautiful play there by the shortstop.
It was.
That's going to bring up Luke Tyndall. Tyndall, his first AB, got a hit.
Well, he's got to be careful. They'll call that a balk.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He's got to be careful.
He's done that a couple of times tonight already. And the runner is taken off. A little bit of a hit and run executed beautifully as that'll get down for a base hit. Another RBI here for the Greenville offense. That extends their lead 6-0. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Pardon.
That was a great piece of work right there.
I mean, that's got to be a whole team coming in sync as the Marshall County coach is looking to come out, and he is bringing in a new pitcher. So, tough day on the mound for Bedingfield, but nothing to hang his head about. I mean, first game, you all got some jitters. It's just Greenville definitely got the best of them right there. So, while Marshall County warms up their new pitcher, we'll cut to a short break. You're watching Babe Ruth Baseball here on the X Sports Network.
Are you tired of missing out on family life just to be treated like another truck number? Since 1986, Southeast Cares has been a family-operated business based in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Being family-owned ourselves, we understand the importance of family, which is why we value it above all else. With our large number of dedicated lanes and our friendly staff, we are able to evenly divide your home time with the amount of time you spend on the road. We offer multiple benefits with large company pay, all while keeping a small company environment. For more information, visit our website at southeastcarriers.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Don't just find a job, find a career with Resource MFG. The team at Resource MFG in Lawrenceburg has the resources and experience to find you a full or part-time position right away. Now recruiting for open positions in Lawrence, Giles, and Murray counties. Whether you're entering the workforce for the first time or looking to take your career to the next level, let your journey begin with Resource MFG. Located at 300 Ellingson Street in Lawrenceburg. Phone 931-570-2111 to jumpstart your career today.
Rent-Right Equipment has all the tools you need to get the job done. From bobcats to trenchers to augers to lifts, we have a large variety of equipment for every project, big or small. Need a new mower? We have you covered there too. With great brands Hustler and Big Dog, Rent-Right is ready to serve all your equipment needs. Call today and reserve your equipment from Rent-Right Equipment in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
And welcome back, Denver Track Field. New man on the mound for Marshall County is number 12, Ben Randalls. And he's a lanky righty, and Dusty, we saw warming up. He's got a little bit of a strange
he hides it
wind
well.
up. Yeah, he kind of cups the ball in his wrist and does a really good job of hiding. So let's see if he can attack the strike zone and get this Marshall County team out of a jam. First pitch. Going to get away from the catcher. Both runners will advance one spot. Now we got 2 runners in scoring position once again for Greenville with 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
You know, I'm just going to say this. I noticed it in the first game, Michael, when we were watching. These catchers are missing these balls that would be strikes. Mm-hmm. You know, if they catch that, it's a strike. If you miss it, these umpires are not going to give it.
But one thing we've seen is most of these catchers in these Babe Ruth games, Dusty, is that ball is in there for a strike.
Good pitch.
Is that most of these kids catching aren't really going to be like they maybe weren't a catcher in middle school, maybe were a little bit, and aren't going to be the catcher in high school. So you kind of just putting a body back there.
You're right. I would hope that this being the Southeast region like it is.
1-1. That's going to be sky deep to right field. Pretty deep. The right fielder will make the catch. Both runners will tag up to advance, and they will do successfully as Greenville extends their lead to 7-0 after a big 4-run inning here in the 2nd inning. And Dusty, it just seems like whoever Marshall County puts out there on the mound it's not necessarily they're not throwing strikes, it's just that Greenville's on the ball tonight.
Yeah.
And you got to commend them because they've been waiting all day just to know, even if they're gonna play, and then being 7.5, 8 hours behind where you were gonna be, and still coming out here and attacking the ball. I mean, you got to commend their effort.
That's right.
Marshall County's driving up the road. I mean, they're probably gonna go home tonight, sleep in their bed. These Greenville kids, I mean, they had who knows how long of a drive.
They probably come 10 hours, I guess.
That pitch, just outside ball 2.
And that's a thing. They're kids. I think sometimes we take it out.
Yeah, Greenville, North Carolina, 10.5 hours. And that pitch inside 3-0. And listen, travel, I mean, that's rough on a kid, when you're playing sports. I mean, even if it's just 2-3 hours, I mean, it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, it's just, it drains you.
3-0. That'll be in there for a strike. And up the bat, that's the pitcher, Kessler.
Wow.
I mean, he definitely had some balls that were a little bit closer than that one called.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him. As he's going to foul that one off, and now we got a full count. And, no matter what Kessler does up to the plate, I mean, he has so far made Marshall County kind of just look silly when they're batting. As that'll be in the dirt for ball 4, and Kessler will trot down to first, putting runners at the corners here, which still 1 out.
This right here, though, is great for Lawrence County. It's always been a baseball-heavy town, the whole county itself. So, this is good when they do stuff like this.
Yeah, and it's cool to see, stuff this big, this close to home. I mean, letting the small towns host us because, I mean, that Tallahassee, that's a big city.
Sure it is.
Greenville, that's a big city. bigger.
And I wish we'd have had 8 or 9 teams in this.
Yeah, only 5 teams in this tournament. You got Lawrenceburg, Marshall County, Greenville, Sarasota, and Tallahassee.
Right. I just I don't know. It's kind of heartbreaking that they don't have more teams, that participate in the Southeast region for Babe
and you figure
Ruth.
in the Southeast, the baseball is huge in the
It
Southeast.
is huge, but
it's the second biggest sport behind only football, which is a religion down here almost.
And this is going back to some of mine and AJ's conversation we've had in the truck or whatever, but I think a lot of these kids.
That pitch will be swung on and brought in for the third out. So Marshall County gets themselves in a little bit of a deeper hole as Greenville puts on 4 here in the bottom of the second inning to lead this one 7-0. You're watching Babe Ruth Baseball here on the X Sports Network.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to Denver Trap. We're going into the top of the third inning with Greenville on top 7-0. Kessler was going to be our pitcher with Colton Johnson up to bat. It's his first plate appearance.
And Dusty, the first game, the score wasn't necessarily close, but it felt kind of close just because of all the base hits and base runners and stuff like that. This one hasn't had that same feeling so far.
It has not at all. I mean, he's got a no-hitter going through 3 innings. And
Greenville's come out, swinging.
They're hitting a baseball. I mean, there's been some walks, but, Marshall County just hadn't hit a baseball.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like Kessler will be slowing down anytime soon.
He's got 5 strikeouts. He's got a 2-1 count here on Colton Johnson to lead off the top of the third.
And if I'm Marshall County, I'm not even worried about getting it hit. Just try to get on base.
It's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 2. Yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to get a runner on. Yeah, I mean, it might be one of them halfway lean across the plate and take one in the shoulder. Just to change, you got to get something. You got to change something up here. There's a pitch, and that's going to be a strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. So it's going to be a strikeout for Kessler.
And he is absolutely dealing right now, Dusty.
He is bringing it. That's going to bring up Gabe Leonard with Gavin Bedingfield on deck. And Gavin will not be the batter. It will be Ben Randalls. I'm sorry. It's going to be Gabe Leonard, our center fielder. A swing and a miss for strike 1.
And Kessler, I think the only reason he's sitting up here still throwing strikes, we got the umpire behind home plate giving it his all. He wants to keep seeing it.
Yeah, he does. He wants to keep on. I want to tell you what, this catcher here for Greenville, he's done a really good job at the balls that's been in the dirt.
Yeah, it's pretty much kind of like the opposite of what we've seen with Marshall County. Their pitchers and catchers haven't really been on the same page tonight. Greenville, they are dealing it with each other. You'll love to see this.
Oh, yeah. There's the next pitch. That's going to be a foul tip into the net.
Because, like we talked about last half inning, all these balls that are being dropped by catchers that are possibly strikes. Greenville's got a wall back there. and he's doing a heck of a job, especially at his age.
Hey, and that could go a long ways especially in a tournament like this where it's just pool play. Here's a 1-2 from Kessler. That's going to be outside for ball 2. So we got a 2-2 count with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning with Greenville, North Carolina on top of Marshall County, Tennessee, 7-0. And here's the pitch from Kessler. It's going to be a foul out of play.
And does see that last pitch before the 2-2 looked like a little bit of a sweeper.
It did.
He's got a little bit of a sweeping action to that pitch, and it's tough to learn one of those, especially at this age. I like to see a kid utilizing it.
There's the pitch. That's going to be ball 3 low, so we got a full count.
Because that sweeper's become one of the most used pitches, swing and miss type pitches in Major League Baseball. You see a kid at 14 throwing it. I mean, you're not ready to see that yet.
And there's the full count. That's going to be strikes 3 on the inside part of the plate.
And Dusty, I don't know if that one caught the plate, but I mean there were a couple of close calls that entire at bat. So
there was. Hey, the guy's been there all night. I'm not going to say nothing about that. But that was Kessler's 7th strikeout, and this is going to bring up the new pitcher that was in the game, Ben Randles. There's the first pitch. A ball high. That looked like a great pitch from right here, Michael. He was already backing up before the ball even got there. That was a great pitch.
And I don't know anything about Randles, but if he is a PO, I would love to see a PO come out here and get the first hit of the game for
absolutely, because he comes straight off the bench into the game, and then Gavin Bedingfield come off the field into the dugout. So if he's a PO.
Loretta had a PO come into a postseason game this year. It was actually on, I believe it was on Mother's Day. Came in and got a walk off on a run rule in the region championship game or the region.
Because we'd had that rain and all that, and that's when you ended up having to play on Sunday.
Yep. So AJ had both those games that day.
Here's a 2-1 to Randles. Marshall County trying to get something going. And that's going to be strike 2.
I mean, he's so emphatic behind the plate. I mean, I almost thought that was strike 3.
Yeah, I mean, I did. He was about to ring him up.
So you had to take a peek at the scoreboard just to make
I know.
Sure.
Here's a 2-2. That's going to be ball 3 in the dirt. Another great stop by our catcher.
Yeah, I mean, and back-to-back full counts here.
That is Aiden Coates behind the plate for Greenville, North Carolina. Yeah, full count, 2 outs, nobody on. Here comes the pitch.
Got him.
That's going to be strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Well, Kessler has struck out the side, and that was going to do it for the top half of the 3rd with Greenville leading 7-0. We'll be back in just a minute on the X Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to spruce up the interior or exterior of your home or business, trust Lawrenceburg Glass to provide a one-of-a-kind product. From windows to mirrors, shower doors, custom framing, storefront installations, and everything in between, Lawrenceburg Glass takes pride in our quality craftsmanship and strong attention to detail. With us, your customer experience always exceeds expectations. We're reliable, on time, and we deliver stunning results. Lawrenceburg Glass. Our passion is reflected in our work.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
McMaster's Home Gallery, where you'll always get a special price every day. Shop their new showroom full of name-brand furniture, sofas, recliners, dining and bedroom suites, Serta bedding, lots of tables and chairs just to match your decor. McMaster's Home Gallery also has GE appliances. Stop by on Highway 43 in Loretto or call 853-6140.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation? You're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North, or visit lawrenceburgflooringandmore.com.
And welcome back, bottom of the third inning. Another 0 put up by the Greenville pitcher as we got Noah Cox up to bat, struck out his last AB, and first pitch swinging and a miss.
You know, this is it right here for them, Michael. They've got to stop them right here. No runs. Marshall County's got to come back up and get some runs the next inning.
As another good pitch right there by the Marshall County pitcher, that is Randall's. And he's quickly up 0-2 on Noah Cox. And the 0-2 is going to skip away from the Marshall County catcher. But, yeah, I mean, Dusty, you're completely right. Greenville, you know, a run will pretty much all but seal this game. And Marshall County, they want to throw up a 0 and go up there and put at least 1 or 2 runs up next inning.
Oh, they've got to. If not, then we can see a 10-run limit right here. Wow, what a hook.
I mean, that was a 12-6 if I've ever seen one, and they're going to say that was just inside.
Man, that's the best pitch he's thrown. How's that not a strike?
That's the best curveball we've seen.
I'm ringing that old boy up right there.
2-2. Swinging.
Oh, that's one of them balls that had to.
And a little bit of a miscommunication right there by the Marshall County infield. The first baseman goes to field at first, and the pitcher nor the second baseman went to go cover first, so it was an open bag, and Cox is on.
And that goes back to what we was talking about, some of the spin on the ball right there. That first baseman was anticipating that ball to go more toward the bag, and it actually ended up taking him toward second.
Well, the way it jammed him up, I mean, that was a right-handed batter getting jammed and going opposite field. The small window for that is incredible, and the fact
it is.
So we got Flanagan here showing bunt. That's going to get away from the catcher, and Cox will take second. And I don't know if we've seen a player on the field faster than Noah Cox tonight, Dusty. I mean, he gets down the line in a hurry. Because, I mean, you know, you could say that was a little bit of a defensive error on that last play where he got to first, but nobody had time to cover the bag before he was even there.
No, I'm giving him a hit. I'm not going to give it an error.
So runner in scoring position, nobody out here. 1-0 count to Flanagan. And that'll be outside. Cox, huge second.
Man, I thought he was.
He was halfway there already. I mean,
he had me fooled. I really did. I thought, well, he's gone.
Yeah, if you're the catcher right here, you want to keep him from getting third without another batter. So he's going. Oh, no, he's not. Swung and missed right there by Flanagan. He gets such a big secondary. I mean,
you
almost think he is. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Flanagan.
Yeah, right here the catcher's got to keep a ball in the dirt. He's got to do his best to keep it in front.
And I would not try to jam him inside right here because the chances he goes opposite field again are probably pretty good. I mean, there's a huge hole.
The second baseman's not moving. He's covering.
He's covering. Yeah.
He's trying to keep the runner on second close, but he's not really getting back into position.
No, he doesn't have time to. I mean,
well, no, he don't. But he's not even moving back.
And that'll be ball 4. Flanagan will walk down to first as the Marshall County pitching has allowed 2 men to reach, two leadoff men to reach with.
That's his second walk. He was hit his first time up at bat.
So that's going to bring up Landon Scott, the third baseman. Scott.
He walked his last time up.
Walked his first AB.
So he's really just looking at his first at bat here.
As he's going to hit it to the second baseman.
Shot.
They got a chance for a double play. 6-4-6-3. They got him. Double play, and they're looking for 3 as that will get away from the catcher. So we got a 4-6-3 double play that will end up in a run being scored. So Greenville is added on as they now lead this one 8-0. I believe that might be the first double play we've seen all Babe Ruth season.
It may be. I can't
it's so
remember.
Hard to turn one.
I know me and Hayden called a bunch together. Me and AJ called some. And you called a couple too. I don't know that I seen a double play turn like that.
I don't believe I did. There were a couple opportunities, like a little 4-6 flip or something like that, but never.
I mean,
never
he
able to
caught
turn
that in the
two.
hole, made the throw. It was great.
And that's going to be.
That's a foul ball.
Yeah. From here, it kind of looked like it went off his head, but, I mean, you hold the bat up there, and it's a little bit of an unfortunate play.
Wow.
That is Hudson Miller. But good double play there, turned by the Marshall County infield, as that pitch will be in the dirt for ball one.
Hudson reached on the air last time up.
Yep.
I think that was that little mishap over at first.
Feel like we've had a couple of those. Not
Yeah.
1-1 over his head once again. Gets the bat out of the way this time.
He's going to have to watch that bat.
Yeah, I mean, if it hits the bat, it's a live ball pretty much.
That is a live ball.
2-1 inside. Looked like a good pitch, but just got inside. And you can see from the Marshall County faithful that have made the short trip to Lawrenceburg tonight, they wanted that strike call.
They did, and they needed that strike, really. They don't need to give up anymore.
3-1, swung on and missed, strike two. And we got a full count here with a chance to get out of the inning with only limited damage. Three-two here. Randall's swung on and missed, gets the strikeout to end the inning, and Marshall County with a double play limits the damage to only one run. As after three, they trail Greenville 8-0. You're watching Babe Ruth Baseball here on the X Sports Network.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
Welcome back here to Denver Trap for the 14-year-old Southeast region game between the Greenville, North Carolina, and the Marshall County of Tennessee with a score of 8-0 Greenville.
As looks like
and we've got
words between an umpire and a coach.
Oh, they got to lift the balls out of the dugout there as he's going down to throwing the bullpen. Kessler's on the mound. Kessler got 8 strikeouts. He's given up 2 walks, no hits. Michael, he's been just cruising right along.
As it looks, the ground ball, first baseman Kessler going to cover the mound.
Yes.
That will be the first out of the inning. And Dusty, I mean, he made a catch below his hip on the run, kind of behind him. So, I mean, he's fielding his position as well. So, I mean, you love to see it.
It's good all-around play right now. That's what we're seeing from Greenville. And they're hitting the baseball. They're running the bases well. Defense has been really well.
I'd say I'm not an avid Greenville 14-year-old baseball watcher, but I can tell this kid might be something in the future.
Yeah, I don't.
He's a good athlete.
Maybe he'll get looked at off the X Sports Network.
Hey, I'd say. I mean, it's the best place to watch him right now.
Strike one. That's a great hook on the inside part of the plate.
The fact that these 14-year-olds, I mean, we've seen it all 4 pitchers pretty much that we've seen tonight, both teams, all 4 teams, pardon. they're working a breaking ball in there. It's not just fastball, fastball, fastball. I mean, they're working some guys have a little bit of a sink action to their pitch, curveball, sweeper, stuff like that. I mean, you'll love to see it at this age.
Yeah, I used to be a person that kind of against it. I thought 14 was a little too young to be throwing all the junk.
Mm-hmm.
But I like how, or let me back up, I like what I seen this year in Babe Ruth. But we caught a lot of high school games, and we got to see some of those kids pitch again in Babe Ruth. But the pitching's been phenomenal, I think.
Yeah, I'm definitely, there are some pitches that, young kids should not try to learn. I don't want a 14-year-old hammering sliders in there every pitch because, that'll just destroy your elbow.
Mm-hmm.
But, I've seen, MLB Network, they'll, show pitch grips, stuff like that. There are ways to throw a cutter that absolutely have no bend in your elbow, stuff like that, are dropping a hook, stuff. Just crazy things like that won't kill your elbow.
Oh, for sure. There's a 2-2. It's going to be a fly ball out to right field, and he's under to make the catch for 2 outs.
And a good job here by Kessler. He's not throwing as many pitches this inning. Last inning, he got 3 strikeouts, but he threw a good bit of pitches.
It's going to be Chase Cook, our catcher, up to bat with Logan Cole on deck.
52 pitches so far.
52 pitches.
Oh, 70.
57.
57.
57 pitches. That's still not bad going
3 2/3.
Yeah. It's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 1 with 2 outs, nobody on.
And Marshall County, their defense did a really good job getting out of that last inning, only allowing 1 run. But, here they are, 2 outs, nobody on, and still have not. I don't believe they have a hit yet.
No, they don't. He's had 2 flyouts and a ground out, 2 walks. He's got 8 strikeouts. There's the 1-1. Low and outside for ball 2. And I'll say it again, too, about this Marshall County team. We talked about it first inning. You got kids from Marshall County. You got kids from Columbia, Murray County. Probably don't play a lot of ball together. It's going to be high for ball 3.
I'd say that would be like kids from Lawrence County playing with kids from Wayne County or Giles
Yes.
County. They're close together. They may know each other somewhat, but them playing ball together is a completely different story.
Because they're not on the same travel teams. There's a 3-1. That's going to be strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. So Kessler's got him a full count here against Cook. Marshall County trying to get some base runners on. There's a full count. That's going to be inside for ball 4. There is their base runner there's looking for. And that's not taking what I was saying about the teams. It's not taking anything away. I know we know Greenville. These kids all probably play on the same middle school team together.
Yeah.
Or high school, whichever one.
And if not, they're playing this. They've probably played this group at least this summer, all summer together. So they've been working on chemistry, rotation, stuff like that together. And
for sure. And I'll say it about our team. With our home team. We got Summertown and Lawrenceburg boys playing. We talked about it on the live show with Chad. First pitch is going to be a strike on the outside part of the plate. We got a pinch runner for our catcher. It was going to be Octavian Howard.
And, Dusty, this is the first time I can remember that there's a Babe Ruth team out of Lawrence County that doesn't feature some Loretto kids.
Right. I am surprised. I don't know if did any Loretto boys even play. We got a pick back here to first base, and it's been an air throw, and he stood in the right field. But the base runner did not attempt to advance to second.
It would have been a close play, Dusty.
It would have. It would have been.
He wasn't very far off the bag and was just sliding back.
And the right fielder was doing his job and backing up the throw.
A couple of kids from the Loretto area that played for a couple of the Babe Ruth teams, but I believe there was only one kid from the Mustangs baseball team that was in the entire Babe Ruth league this summer, to my knowledge. So definitely not as much representation as there usually is from the Loretto area, but, it just shows the amount of kids from the Lawrenceburg, Summertown area that have showed up and come to play ball.
The next pitch is a strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs and runner on first base. Marshall County is trailing Greenville 8-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Kessler is pitching a gem right now, Michael.
Yeah, barring that pitch, he really hasn't missed his spots.
He
at
really
all.
hasn't. If he has missed, it's just been just
Slightly inside.
slightly inside or outside.
Yeah, I mean, rounding
he's-
those 60 pitches area. I mean, the fact that he's still hitting his spots and his velo doesn't look like it's dropped off at all.
No. There's the next pitch.
Got
That's
him.
going to be strike 3. That's right down the middle. You got to swing a bat. That's going to do it here for the top half of the 4th inning. Marshall County is trailing Greenville, North Carolina, 8-0. And we'll be back in a minute on the X Sports Network.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
If you're stuck, then you're in luck. Call Tyler McDowell with In-Service Towing, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for quick, reliable service. When you find yourself in a bind, In-Service offers full-service towing and recovery services as well as vehicle lockouts, jump starts, and emergency roadside assistance. Family-owned, family-operated. When you need a hand, call In-Service Towing or ask for them by name. Serving Southern Tennessee and North Alabama. Phone number 931-843-9098 or visit inservicespecialties.com.
Great food is just a short drive to Heine's Barbecue in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Heine in town. When you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Heine Shine lemonade and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Heine sauces, snacks, and more. Heine's Barbecue, Highway 43 North in Lawrenceburg.
Whether it's popcorn, biscuits, or automotive, you need the right ingredients to achieve the best results. Heritage Automotive is proud to serve our community with a continually growing inventory. We also help our community grow by contributing to a vibrant economy, which helps build schools. I'm Keith Durham, and I'm the General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, and it's my job to make sure that you're 100% satisfied. Heritage Automotive, your hometown Chevy and GMC dealer.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back out, Denver Trap Field, bottom of the 4th inning. As Marshall County got a base runner in the top half of the 4th, but did nothing with it, stranding him at first. New guy on the mound will be the first baseman, number 35, Aiden Hickman. And up to bat will be the bottom of the order, Drew Lysick. As that first pitch will be in there for a strike. Yeah, foul tip. Okay.
Oh, we do have a change at Sawyer Welsh.
Sawyer Welsh. And the 0-1 to Welsh, inside, ball 1. And Hickman kind of bringing it with the velo here.
He is, man. Big kid standing on the mound. He's coming straight down the hill.
1-1. A little bit of a breaking ball. That's going to be in there for strike 2.
Man, he's got that delay.
Yeah.
Man.
I'd say, with some of these 50-50 balls, you don't know what he's going to get tonight. And, you kind of got a sigh of relief from some of the Marshall County fans. Just like, thank you for giving us one.
Yes.
1-2. Foul tip. They're going to, into the catcher's glove.
Yep. He caught it.
And Hickman comes in, sits down the first man on strikes. You love to see it for this Marshall County defense. That's going to bring up Phillip Dash, shortstop number 2. Hit by pitch his first at bat, and I believe he
had a single.
He reached. Oh, yeah, that was the little funky play down
Yeah.
the line. As he's going to pop up the first pitch, looks like Hickman's going to cover it himself. Oh, and he drops it. Unfortunate play there for Marshall County as their pitcher tried to cover the fly ball and just bounced off his hand. I mean,
Yeah, hey, and we've had this conversation several times too in baseball. One of your fielders always call, one of your players always call your pitcher off.
Yeah.
Always. Don't care where he's at, what he's screaming. Always call your pitcher off.
He's going to pick over to first. Compared to the other guys, a little bit of a slower move.
Yeah, it's not as fast as Gavin's.
Yeah, and we're definitely not seeing too big of a lead there on
No.
first. We haven't seen that all night from either team.
No,
I mean, they're both teams pretty much standing on the bag. As that pitch will be inside ball one.
Still not much of a lead here.
And that one in there for a strike, 1-1.
Well, I don't know, was he just giving that pitch up? I mean, he was done backing out of the box before it ever even come to him.
And given we can't see from the pitchers, he's going to pick over to first, not in time. You know, I mean, I doubt you do this at 14 years old, but, you know, it could be a little bit of a pitch tunneling right there where it looked like something, you know, maybe broke off a little bit, but who knows? He's going to step off.
That is not a step off.
That was not.
They were not watching. And I always try to watch pitchers.
As he's taking off for second, ground ball. I mean, off the third baseman, getting down the line in a hurry is Tyndall, and he will be there safely. And, Dusty, that hit and run saved a potential double play right there. I mean, or at least getting the lead runner at second.
It did. I mean, that's not a hit.
No, I would say that's going to be a E5.
Oh,
okay. So we'll roll that one a hit.
I'm being tough.
Come on, Dusty. They're 14. That's going to bring up Aiden Coates, the catcher.
I don't really think it was a dive. It was more like
he slid for it.
On his, like a drop down on his car or whatever.
1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. And Hickman's come with the breaking ball. I mean, he's pounded some fastballs inside, but he's worked that breaking ball in there well. 1-1 count here, 1 out. Runners on first and second. He's going to drop another curveball in there. And he's just not getting that inside third tonight. I mean, nobody is really.
I don't know. I think he's caught it. Some pitches he has and some he hadn't. I just think he's kind of been inconsistent.
Yeah, a little bit tonight. And it looks like he's kind of realigned himself maybe to counteract the Marshall County players not crowding the plate as much as that one's going to be fouled off for
maybe so.
2-2. Because I know umpires offset themselves from right behind the plate, but this guy looks like a little more off to the left than most guys.
Oh, for sure.
So 2-2. Hickman coming. That one in the dirt, ball 3. So full count here to the Greenville catcher, Coates. It's had an excellent night behind the dish. I mean, just eating up everything. 3-2. That's going to get away for ball 4. So the bases are loaded with 1 out. And that's going to bring up Connor Kessler, the pitcher. And Kessler hasn't given up a run yet, and a chance to add some RBIs in there to help his case. And Dusty, with 2 more runs here and a clean top half of the 5th inning, we could be getting out of here early.
Yeah, and it's 10-10. It's not early.
It's not early on the clock, but early on the scoreboard. I would say I'm tired, and I've only been here since 2 o'clock, as that pitch will get away from the catcher and he'll eat it up. I'd say I've only been here for about 8 hours now, but you know, AJ and Hayden over here beside us feel like I've probably been here for a couple days now. They're on hour 12. Hayden's been up here since 8 o'clock, so
13 hours.
Yeah. I'd say props to these guys. I mean, they've been up here all day.
Yeah.
And say me and Dusty kind of just showed up and called the game. I was like, Dusty didn't get here till about, what, like 6 o'clock?
You know, I also got up at 5:30 and went to work.
I'm not holding that against you one bit. I mean,
uphill both ways, folks.
2-0.
I'm being
That's
real
going to
nice.
get by, and that's going to advance all the runners one spot.
Oh.
That was close to. That was close to.
Oh, he
hitting
almost
the
ate
face.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, he almost ate the baseball.
I mean, that was close to a face shot right there. As Greenville's going to tack one more on and lead this one 9-0. I mean, the catcher didn't even. I mean, he just turned around and threw. And
Ooh, he just flicked it. That was it.
Yeah, Dash, that was Dash. Was going to go back to Greenville with a couple less teeth. 3-0. First base now open. Pitch inside for ball 4. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk to Kessler. Still trot down to first. Base is loaded once again. That is Satterfield.
Satterfield be up to bat.
Struck out his first time, fly out the next time, looking to get his first time on base tonight. And, I mean, for this Greenville team, it seems like everybody's been on base at least once. Some guys a couple of times. Satterfield's going to swing and miss that first pitch.
You know, Marshall County, though, I mean, this is their third pitcher?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and with this being just a pool play bracket, they're going to have to watch their pitchers.
Yeah, and with this being a 9 runs, it's definitely not a low pitch count type of game. You know, we were talking about pitch counts earlier. Is that 0-1 pitches in there for a strike? You know, you got some pitch counts you got to work. You know, and with days rest, and you're only here for 4 days.
I think after 45 pitches, you got to have a day's rest.
Yeah, a full day's rest, and then it was like 45 to 70s too, and then stuff like that. And I believe more than 95, you got to have 3 or 4.
Yep.
And
but
that's
you
just
don't but with the way the games are set up, you don't have that time.
Mm-mm. No, I mean, if you're going to run a guy 95 pitches, that's his game.
That's his weekend too.
Yep. Count 0-2. Inside ball 1. And Satterfield, I mean, he was going after the ball aggressively at the start of this at bat. You know, first 3 pitches being strikes, fouled off the 0-2. Now 1-2 count. Hickman. That one's going to skip away the catcher. Here comes the 10th run. And, man, this catcher looking to take some heads off, Dusty.
Yeah, he said they're going to play wiffle ball days where it's just
just throw the ball at them.
Yeah.
So runners on second, third, 1 out.
Used to hate that. The worst rule ever in wiffle ball is pitchers hand out. If you could get it back to the pitcher's mound before somebody got on base, it's out.
That's a ground ball up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. Fire over to first, and will be caught for the second out. Another run will score, bringing this Greenville lead to 11-0. And, you know, Dusty Hickman came out and started this inning 3 pitches to strikeout, and since then got a little bit wild with his accuracy, you know, not able to hit his spots, walking a couple guys, giving up a couple hits, but got this last guy out and only has one runner on base. Looking like he maybe is trying to settle in here.
Yeah, he's not giving up.
I would say our scoreboard is reading a different number than our. Oh. So it's going to bring up, I believe that's Cox.
Yeah, Noah Cox is our batter with Jack Flanagan on deck.
First pitch will be high for ball 1.
$11 runs on 5 hits.
I mean, and that's as that ball is going to be laced to the shortstop. Fire over to first, and that will do it for the inning. But 3 runs do cross home plate as Greenville now is in a run rule territory. as after 4 innings, Greenville leads this one 11-0. You're watching Babe Ruth Baseball here on the X Sports Network.
Do you have a small farm, a big farm, or just critters in the backyard to feed? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you need to make the short drive down to A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee today. Owner and operator Jamie Ayers has you covered and will treat you right. That's A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to Denver Trap Field, home tonight of the 14-year-old Southeast Region Babe Ruth All-Stars, brought to you by Quitmark. Got a new pitcher in for Greenville, North Carolina. Is going to be Ashton Skinner. Kessler has threw a gem tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
Michael.
no hitter.
And we have got Aiden Hickman standing in. The first pitch is going to be a ball low.
And honestly, Dusty, if there was something Greenville, if there was a play that, could have gone one way or could have gone the other, it went their way tonight. I mean,
They did.
The ball rolled their way.
They got the right bounce, if you want to say that, or however you want to say it in baseball. But
And not to take away anything, they've played excellent tonight.
they have. They play really good defense.
Yeah, I mean, excellent defense, great pitching. Their bats came to play. But they almost have twice as many runs as they do hits.
Yeah.
So that's just showing you that their guys are getting on base.
They are. 6 hits, 11 runs. There's going to be a ground ball hit to the shortstop. He does field it cleanly, makes the throw over to first.
Oh.
And he's safe. The first baseman did not pick that one cleanly. It was a low throw, but he didn't pick it.
I believe that's Kessler over there at first now.
Is it Kessler?
Yeah,
okay.
number 4. Yep.
Yep.
And it was a decent throw, just a hard scoop right there. So we're gonna rule that in E.
Yeah,
E3.
That's E3 for sure.
We're keeping this no hitter alive, Dusty.
Yep. No hit is alive.
That's the first error for Greenville, though, according to our scoreboard in left field.
That pitch is going to be outside. I don't know if they were going to try to do a little hit and run here to get something going. He pulled back.
was a good pitch out, though.
It was a great pitch out.
It looked like the runner had a decent secondary, but got back to first in time.
Yeah, because, he doesn't have a lead. He can really just turn and walk back to the bag on a pickoff.
All he's got to do is lay down.
Yeah. There's the 0-1. He squares the bunt again, and that is going to be bunted foul for strike one.
If he keeps that fair, that was a dang good bunt.
Boy, you ain't kidding.
And I've come to appreciate, watching not this past season, but the season before last, 2022, Loretto. They had a couple guys that could go down and lay down some bunts. They didn't play as much of small ball this year, but that team 2 years ago, they just get on base.
Well, Marshall County's going to have to play. They're just trying to play small ball just to get something started.
Yeah, because if they don't get 2 runs right here, this game is.
Nope, it's over.
It's over.
That's going to be ball two, excuse me. 2 balls and 1 strike. No outs, runner on first. Marshall County is trailing 11-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. There's the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball right over the top of our heads. Marshall County looking to at least get a runner in scoring position. I don't even know they've had a runner on second base tonight.
I think they had a runner on third in the first inning. Does that want to be?
It's going to be ball 3.
So they had runners on the corners in the first inning, and I think with 1 out, and then the last 2 guys got out. So, and that's kind of been the story of Marshall County tonight. They had that momentum killer in the first inning, and Greenville came out, got 3 runs, and since then it's kind of just been a one-way game.
Strike 3.
Beautiful pitch.
Great pitch.
Yeah, the hardest place to hit at this age group is a low away pitch, and Greenville has just done a really good job attacking that spot all night.
That's going to bring up Preston Hayward. The right fielder. First pitch is going to be a swing and a miss for strike 1. Hayward struck out his last time up. He's looking to get something going. It's going to be a little blooper caught in foul territory for out number 2. That's going to bring up Colton Johnson, our third baseman, with Gabe Leonard on deck. Michael, they're down to their last out.
Yeah, and honestly, they don't really have much momentum going on here. A hit right here could definitely change that, but
it could, but
it's not looking like it's
very not.
likely.
I hate to be that way, but I just, we try to call what we see. It's going to be ball 1 in the dirt.
And we're not trying to take anything away from Marshall County. Greenville's just played a heck of a ball game.
They have. They really have pitched well. They hit well. They run the bases well.
These teams outside the state, we don't really know what to expect.
No, you don't.
From Sarasota and Tallahassee, those teams from Florida are always going to be good. With Greenville, we didn't really know what to expect coming into this game, and they've done nothing but impress me all night.
We watched Tallahassee and Lawrenceburg play, and I'm going to tell you right now, this Greenville team looks to be as solid as any team that we've seen so far.
Yeah,
they may be just watching what we've watched. I would put them at number 1 right now.
Yeah.
If we can do it that way.
And Sarasota is the one team that did not get to play today, so we don't really know how to judge them. But they got some big kids. They got the one kid that was 6'4".
Yeah, they were sitting in front of us. Yeah, the kid stood up. Yeah, he's 6'4", easy.
So we've got some big kids in this tournament, and you'll love to see it. The Southeast Regional bringing some good talent to town.
There's a 3-0. That's going to be a strike right down the middle for strike 1.
And if I'm Greenville, just throw strikes, because the worst thing that happens is a ground ball.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm not trying to get fancy here. It's pretty much just a 4-seamer right down the middle. It's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 2.
Asking you shall receive, Dusty. You want a 4-seam right down the middle, he'll give it to you.
We got it. We got a full count with 2 outs. Right here it is. This is your game right here, folks. Here's the pitch from Skinner. Runner goes. That is strike 3. That is going to do it. Greenville North Carolina has beat Marshall County, Tennessee 11-0 in 5 innings on 6 hits. Marshall County did have 4 errors. Michael, not a whole lot here, so we've seen it kind of one-sided.
Yeah, Greenville, North Carolina, good at baseball. I mean, no hitter. They run rule. A team from Tennessee, pretty much kind of like almost a hometown team, you could say, from Marshall County. So much respect to this Greenville team, and I'm excited to watch them play again.
Yes, I think it's going to be really exciting to watch. You know, like you said, we'll see Sarasota in the morning. But that's going to do it for Quitmart coming on Big Pig tonight for a sponsorship. That's going to do it here for AJ Good on the camera. Michael Marks, and I'm Dusty Kaiser, and we'll see y'all tomorrow morning at 10.
This is the X Sports Network.